sì, state ascoltando Radio Italia 1 Adelaide, qui Antonio Dottore con un programma di attualità e approfondimento, e considero con piacere che abbiamo nello studio l'ultima ospite di oggi, Luisa Greco, che tutti conosciamo in varie mansioni, in vari modi di agire nella comunità, e stiamo andando anche in diretta su Facebook Live attraverso la pagina della radio. Quindi grazie, thanks Luis for coming into Radio Italia 1 Adelaide.
Thank you very much for the invitation. I'm very happy to come and talk on the radio and have a chat more about what I'm doing with the Commission.
Yes, so that's the main role. The catalyst for bringing you in, this appointment, and congratulations for the appointment to the chair of the South Australian Multicultural Commission, and which you've been in now for a few months.
So I was appointed starting from the 1st of July this year. So yeah, 5 months in, and having a fabulous time.
Cool. Well, we had a brief conversation about the Commission with your Minister last week. Now remind us, Mrs. what is the role of the Commission, and then we'll see what you're doing and what you're seeing.
Yeah, so our Minister is the Honourable Zoe Beddison, our wonderful Minister. So we have a commission made up of 15 members, for which I'm the chair, which I'm very proud and honoured to be the chair for the commission. So our role is around promoting multiculturalism to the wider community, and also to give independent advice to the minister on any multicultural issues from that side. So it's really important for us, for the 15 members, to really be connected with the communities and be out there to know what's happening, so we can actually give that real core advice to the minister.
Okay, there's a few interesting elements there. There's advice to the minister, connecting with the communities and bringing multiculturalism to the society at large. Actually, on that note, let's take that one. I was commenting last week about the Multicultural Charter, which I think is potentially a very powerful instrument to develop multiculturalism and social cohesion in the community. Is that part of your remit?
Yes, definitely. So the Multicultural Charter, which I've actually got a copy right here, which I carry around with me, and I have a nice framed copy at my desk. That's kind of our vision and our guide for what the Commission actually, for our role. So some of the things, we've got 6 principles that we follow around that. So I can briefly go through. So the different principles set out by the Charter. So recognise, respect and value cultural, linguistic, racial and religious diversity. So that's really around making sure that we respect everyone's diversity and what their differences are within our community. Encourage and engage in the exchange of knowledge and understanding of our different cultures. So one of the roles that the Commission plays is actually attending and representing the Commission at different multicultural events. So that's really important in exchanging what all the communities do. Being able to live, work and study and thrive in all aspects of life in a cohesive society. Having the right to mutual respect, understanding, fairness and safety, and freedom from discrimination, which obviously discrimination from any cultural or religious background, which is really important. So the Charter also has number 5, should lawfully be able to preserve, express, practice and celebrate culture. So people that come over have that right to continue to follow their traditions and their culture and their language. And the last one, having equitable access to opportunities and services and support participation, so around education, social, cultural and all of that in our state.
So an important themes that come through there are diversity, inclusion, respect and social cohesion, and developing a vibrant society based on these diversity. That's very powerful, very strong. So how are you beginning to implement that? So I keep on seeing you attending different places, different events. So what's going on?
I am. You've probably seen me on Facebook and different platforms attending lots of different multicultural events, which I am having a fabulous time, learning about different cultures and their traditions and how they celebrate different festivities. So that's one of the ways that not just myself and the Commission members, we attend as much as we can to learn about their community and their culture, and that will help us have a better understanding. And also it's great when we have other communities attending different events. So when we had the Italian Festival,
Yep.
not long ago, which was wonderful, the opening night, which was amazing. I actually brought some of the other Commission members with me. So it's important for us to share our Italian culture with other different communities. So I actually brought along Amajit Grell, who's the Deputy Chair, who's of Indian background, and he took me along to his Diwali festival,
Yes.
which was at the showground. So it's really great for us to be sharing that knowledge and information and creating that awareness between us and with all the communities. So we're doing, so we do attend quite a lot. I am busy, but I do love it. You know, just attending the different festivals, the food, food's amazing.
Yes.
Can't get past that. The language, the music, the dance, and the different customs. So has been absolutely really interesting, and I've absolutely loved that. And I've still got a lot more to learn because there are so many different cultures around here represented in our state.
The language is an interesting thing you've just mentioned. How it's an important one. So in terms of maintaining cultures, sharing cultures, and opening up people's minds to diversity. And okay, not only is it useful internally, I think, for social cohesion, but also that for anyone who's got an international perspective, might want to have an international perspective, it's got to be an important element of our investments. What's happening there? What are we hoping?
With around language?
Yes.
Well, the language schools are really important for the multicultural sector. A lot of the communities, they want to pass on their language, obviously, to future generations. So having that link, it's not just language too, it's that culture.
Yeah.
So you're passing on language and culture and keeping that going. And a lot of communities feel that is the link. And if they lose that, then they'll lose part of their culture. So it is really important. And it is some communities have multiple languages and multiple dialects.
Uh-huh.
So that can be quite challenging. So some communities have multiple language schools. And we've got, say, the Italian Centre starting their language school next year, which is really exciting for our community.
Yes, this is talking about the community language schools.
Language schools, yes.
Which is in the portfolio of multicultural affairs. I think there's an interesting conversation to be had also in the education department, education portfolio around the role and development of languages in the education system. I've had that conversation with the minister here on here. So I see you've got in front of you a little brochure with lots of nice colours, green.
I do, and I brought this along because I wanted to highlight some of the fun activities coming this Sunday for our Multicultural Festival, which will be held in Victoria Square.
Okay.
And I know the Minister spoke about that last week. So that's going to be from 12 noon until 6 p.m. in the afternoon in Victoria Square. So we're going to have over 200.
Of when
This Sunday.
Sunday
Yes.
afternoon from 12?
Yes, till
Okay.
6
Okay.
in Victoria Square in the city.
Beautiful.
So it's going to be a wonderful afternoon. I really urge you to come along. We've got 80 cultures represented.
Wow.
So representing the Italian culture, we have a stall from the Santo Fermi Association.
Yeah, good.
So looking forward to seeing what delicious delights they've got. So we actually have, so on this brochure here, we've got 40 food stalls.
Mm.
So anything that you could possibly imagine will be there.
Will be there, yes.
So it's going to be absolutely amazing. So some of the other groups, we have the Turkish Turkish Association, the Hong Kong Cultural Association, the Chilean Club, the Muslim Women's Association, Sri Lankan Association, African Community, Greek Orthodox. So as you can just see by a sample,
Yes.
it is such a wide variety of food stalls. But one of the other important things, it's not just coming there obviously to get food, but which is obviously important. We're going to have our stage, the main stage in Victoria Square is going to have different music and dance demonstrations on from lots of different cultures. So you'll be able to immerse yourself in that, which will be absolutely amazing. So we've got things like the Adelaide Academy of Irish Dancing, the Chin Community of Adelaide, the Slavo-Ukrainian Cultural Centre doing a performance. So you've got lots of different groups doing that. We've got German, Chilean, Turkish, Polish. Then we also have some come and try activities.
Come and try.
Come and try, which is important too. So if you want to come to the festival, enjoy the food, watch the shows, you can do that. If you want to try your hand at something multicultural, we've got some Learn Indian Classical Dance. So how amazing would that be with the Adelaide Tamil Association? We've got the Balkan Traditional Dance Workshop, Colombian dancing, we've got Tai Chi, if you want something a little bit more slower paced. And we're going to have some Greek dancing too. So if people want to actually come and see what it's about, give it a go, learn a bit more. We've got lots of
practical activities that you can participate in.
With that. Then we also have some come and try craft sort of activities. So you can come and try Chinese calligraphy.
Oh, yes, that can be very artistic, very nice.
Yes, and then there's some French language, art and craft, and different things like that. And the Ukrainian Cultural Centre are having a traditional Ukrainian Monte-Kajol. So you can actually come and create something. You can listen, you can smell, you can taste, like immerse yourself in all the different cultures. So I think it's great. Then we have just another a learning area, which is, so you get to learn about things, different cultures. So we've got the Muslim Women's Association, learn about the hijab and taste traditional sweets. We have the Mosaic Adelaide, which is a multicultural organisation, learning with stories that you can learn. There's German dance, so you can learn traditional music and dancing from Germany, and Latin dancing. So you can actually come and, learn.
Oh, what's the Latin dancing?
The Latin dancing, it's folklore dancing.
Yes.
So yeah, you might have to come and have a try with that. And then there's a whole bunch of other health information stalls. So you can even come and do a free health check while you're there.
Yes.
So it's going to be a fantastic afternoon.
So there's a major investment by the government in that particular event. In a lot of events in the whole portfolio of multicultural affairs. Okay, so that's a big activity that is happening on Sunday afternoon, Victoria Square, from 12 o'clock through till 6.
6 o'clock, yes.
And lots of events. The program looks very, very, very full. So there'll be plenty of good activities, and it's a nice area to have all the stalls around, I guess, the whole perimeter of the square. So we talked about going to events, representing, having a presence, representing the commission. How are you learning? You said you'll learn.
I'm learning. So one of the roles of the commission is to hold community consultations.
Yes.
And I have to say that's probably my favourite part of the role, because I'm actually talking with community leaders and people in the community what's important for them, and finding out what's important for them, what's happening to them, what are their issues, what are their concerns, what do they need, and then actually preparing a report which we then give to the minister. Okay, so the minister, that helps keep her really informed with what's happening out in the multicultural communities. So these forums, I think, are just really important for finding that out. So even though I've started in July in the role, I've actually already held 2 community consultations.
Mm-hmm.
So one with
Are these with specific communities? I
yes,
think you're
yep.
about to say, yes.
So with the Burmese community, so we held one, and one with the Ukrainian community. So
Wow, very special communities.
very
Yeah,
special, yes. So we're looking at, so it's not just about specific communities, they actually can be religious groups, cultural groups, or groups that have a theme together. So we're doing some strategic planning next month in December. So the committee's coming together and we're going to do a plan for the coming years as to which groups that we look at. But we will be holding one with the Italian community next year in 2025. So,
are there any themes starting to emerge? You only mentioned 2.
some of the themes are around support around governance.
Yes.
I think too with community groups.
Now that's interesting. Okay, a couple of years ago, as you know, I was on the Communitest, and I saw amongst the grants there was one for governance development and strategic planning and things like that. When I went to look at the departments website, they weren't existing. They didn't exist anymore. And I asked about it because I think that's a strong area of important investment that could occur. But what's the situation?
So, well, I'm not sure about, I know those grants did exist at one stage, which was great, and I think a lot of people did access all of that. So that's something that's coming out of the consultation that we'll speak with the Minister about. So that may be something that might be re-looked at again. But I know especially with some of the communities, as the Italian has quite a large ageing population, some of the older members in community groups do struggle with increased governance and compliance. And as you know, things change constantly, so we need to keep up to date. So yeah, that governance is definitely something that some of the communities would like more support in. So.
Yeah, well, my company director's background, and I've had to adapt to some of the community organisations and the approaches, the level of professionalism that's required nowadays, and people understand that you have the same responsibilities effectively in a not-for-profit community organisation as elsewhere. However, there are some realities, but it's good to see that that's being expressed and heard. Okay. Oh wow, time is going on. So we've had started consultations. You're going to be having some more, clearly. And what's the outlook? Well, first of all, how long is your tenure? Right?
So 3 years. So I'm 5 months in from a 3-year term. So still lots to do with the community from that side, yeah.
Right, and so there have been consultations, briefing the Minister, providing maybe policy advice. Do you have staff? Because a lot of this requires a lot of work.
It does require a lot of work.
Where's the support coming from?
So the Multicultural SA office through the Department of Premier and Cabinet are a fantastic support, which is great. So they assist with some of the background support which we need from that side, which is really essential obviously in the role, especially when you're doing lots of consultations and attending events.
Well, organising these things is, at a very practical operational level, is very time consuming and is important, quite apart from the high level strategic work, which you know about having being involved in the community. So let's talk a bit about your story, your involvement with the Italian and other communities. But I'll start professionally. What do you do?
So I work in aged care, and pretty much most of my career, so the last 20 plus years, has been in the aged care and community sectors. So that's pretty much where my passion lies, supporting communities, building community capacity, and also around the aged care community programs.
You were in Coazit at one stage?
Yes, so I actually started, so Coazit had their 20-year anniversary last year, and I was really pleased when they invited me back to come and help with their celebration for 20 years. So I got to go back in time a bit and revisit, look at some of the history, and invite back the first committee members to come back and join together and talk about the successes that we had. So there was a big celebration last year, so that was fantastic. So I worked in COASIT for the first 13 years.
Wow, okay.
So absolutely loved that role. Loved supporting the Italian community. Obviously, you know, that's something for me to give back to the Italian community, and my heritage is just so fulfilling for me. So I really enjoyed my time there. And one of my roles, which I do want to expand on moving forward, is supporting other communities too. So I took some of the learning from the Italian community and then worked with other communities. So at the time I did a lot of work with the Vietnamese community, the Greek, the Bhutanese, and actually sharing resources and learning that we had with them. So so I've had a passion for multicultural for a long time. So to be now actually in the role of chair in the Multicultural Commission is just absolutely amazing, because I do get to really expand on work that I've been doing for many years. So.
And you're in the aged care sector now?
Yes.
Doing?
So I manage community programs now. So with that, and I've done quite a bit of that through COASIT as well when I was there, and obviously through work with Campania Club. I was involved with them for 13 years as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, so your Italian community, apart from COASIT, there's a Campania Club?
Yeah, so I did support them in lots of various roles. I did set up the seniors program for them, which has been running for about 12 years now. So that's been fantastic. Really important for older people to socially connect, to prevent that social isolation. So that program's been amazing there, which started off with about 20 people and grown to over 100 now.
You've also been president of the club.
I'm president of the club as well, yes. So lots of roles. And I've also supported lots of different other Italian communities along the way. So I've always, anyone that's called, I've always been happy to answer the phone and come and help them, whether that's with a grant or a strategic support. So.
And if you've been heavily involved with the Campania Club for a long time, I'm guessing that's your Italian background, not from Veneto?
No. So my mum is Sicilian background.
Oh, okay.
And my dad's from Calabria. So,
wow, okay.
So yeah, in the south, but yeah, not from Campania.
Okay, well now we'll have to explain that. So where in Sicily and Calabria?
So in Sicily from Catania, from Calatabiano, and that's on my mum's side, and my grandfather actually coming out is a founder of the Sicilia Club.
Yes.
My family have always had strong links with that club also, and you know, helping to build that over time. And my dad is from Rosa in Cosenza.
Okay, so well then how do we get into the Campania Club then?
And that's an interesting story, that is. I think because I've always just helped the Italian community so much, they reached out to me obviously many years ago now for some support with a grant. So I assisted with that at the time, which was successful, which was great. And then they were like, oh, we need more of you. We need more support, we need more funding, you know, can you come and help us? And I had the capacity at the time, so yeah. And they welcomed me in like one of the family. So I see, you know, it doesn't matter what region you come from or your background, we're all here to help each other. So for me, it didn't matter, you know, my roots. If I'm helping the Italian community, I'm happy, so.
Oh, that's very good. I wasn't aware of that, so I've just discovered something about your background. Cool. Well, again, congratulations on the role. Well deserved, and good work. There's a lot of work to do, and it's a big job, and we'll support you as we can and when we can.
Thank you very much. Yeah, the Italian community has been absolutely amazing in supporting me through my whole life. So I'm very grateful for everyone's support, and I know they're all thrilled for me that I am chair. So yeah, it's wonderful to have that support behind me.
Cool, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Ecco, questa è Luisa Greco, c'è del South Australian Multicultural Commission. Siamo arrivati alla fine del programma, io ora vi do l'arrivederci per questa settimana, rimanete in ascolto e